Hey y'all, Carolina Tony here. Today the road brings me to the Buffalo Bill Center of the West Museum. I have read a lot about this place and I'm so excited to finally be able to come here and go inside. And hey, I'm going to take you with me. And we'll get started right after this station identification. And there is Buffalo Bill himself, Wild Bill Cody. Well, I have just bought my ticket to enter the museum, and I discovered there are 5 museums in here, so this place is huge. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the whole thing today. I may have to break it up. There's the Draper Natural History Museum, McCracken Research Library, Buffalo Bill Museum, Plains Indian Museum, and of course I'm here. And then there's the Cody Firearms and the Whitney Western Art Museum. Wow. Of course I'm here to see Buffalo Bill, and so we're gonna go into his museum first, and there's Buffalo Bill right there. We're just gonna walk around real quick and just give you an idea of what's all in here. Buffaloes. And you wouldn't expect any less, would you? And here is a collection of saddles. In 1968, Cody's success carrying messages through the hostile country was so impressed General Philip Sheridan that he named him the chief of scouts for the 5th Cavalry. Cody held a position for 4 years, scouting for several military expeditions and fighting in dozens of skirmishes against the Plains Indians. And here are portraits of William F. Cody and his wife, Louisa. Here's some original footage from a parade. There's the Wild West show marching into town. William F. Cody and women's rights. He became convinced women were the equal of men. But just as William F. Cody's attitude toward American Indians changed during the Wild West years, so did his views about women. Raised in a family dominated by women, Cody appreciated their independent nature even before marrying Louisa Frederici. Strong-minded about managing household finances. As a showman, he met numerous able women, including Wild West cowgirls and sharpshooters. He became convinced that women could and should do anything men do, included vote. This is a diagram of how one of his shows would be set up. It reminds you of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus as being fenced in to go through the main ticket office, and then all the little small areas and exhibitions outside, and then of course entering through there the main arena. Here is an outfit from Annie Oakley. She says, for 17 years I was just their little sister. She traveled with the Buffalo Bill Wild West show. And look at the cast, just to give you an idea of how large his Wild West show was. And there's Buffalo Bill, Wild Bill Cody right there. And here's some of the show there. This is original film footage. If Few facts in Buffalo Bill's Wild West were more popular than the attack on Deadwood Stagecoach. It was always the centerpiece of each performance. The act featured a Concord stagecoach that he had actually carried passengers and mail. Buffalo Bill's Wild West offered authenticity, adventure, a multi-sensory experience, and most of all, entertainment. By presenting iconic images of the Old West to the world, Cody hoped people would embrace its romance and honor its history. Displays the enormous size that the Wild West, the Buffalo Bill's Wild West show did. Or, as far as that matter goes, the Barnum and Beatty Circus. In those days, things were really big, and the people really came out to see these exhibitions, as Buffalo Bill said. Here is a poster from around 1904 advertising his show, as well as a 1905 poster. Here in the museum, they even have a dining room and cafeteria. But we are going to go into the Plains Indian Museum. The Plains Indian Museum. Let's go from right to left. Here is a portrait of Pretty Shield. In 1932, she said, "We women had our children to care for, meat to cook, and to dry, robes to dress, skins to tan, clothes, lodges, and moccasins to make. We not only pitched the lodges, but we took them down and packed the horses and traverses. When we moved camp, we were busy, especially when we were going to move. I loved to move, even after I was a married woman with children to take care of. Moving made me happy." Moving camp. This would be an Indian home. This would be a Plains Indian home. Here's a ghost dance shirt. A prayer for renewal. The ghost dance was a powerful religious movement about a hope and renewal that reached the Plains Indians in the late 1880s. The Paiute visionary Wokovac and his followers prayed for the return of their ancestors, the restoration of the great buffalo herd, and removal of the white intruders. They believed a new era would emerge for the Indian people, and that a vital culture of tribal life would prevail. A ghost dance shirt. The ghost dance was built on a familiar framework of dance, song, and feasting. The ghost dance was adapted to each tribe's cultural patterns, traditional religious practices, sweat ceremonies, and ceremonial smoking, face painting, and the burning of fragrant herbs were revived through the ghost dance. A sweat lodge ceremony is performed to cleanse and strengthen the body, mind, and spirit. It may be used for healing ceremonies in conjunction with a vision quest or part of the sun dance. A sweat lodge is made from bent willow frame covered with buffalo hides. Hot rocks were placed in the hollow area in the center of the lodge's dirt floor. Tribes such as the Lakota believe that due to the hot stones in the lodge, spirit or breath that is released from within the form of steam when water is poured on them. Let's go in the Cody Firearms Museum. Civil War weapons, rifles. This is a Browning M2 machine gun that you can actually shoot yourself. You just can't imagine. I have never seen a collection of guns as vast as this. Or Western style pistols that would have been used in the Old West around 1837. Here is a pistol from the Annie Oakley series, and here is Gary Cooper's Colt single action Army revolver, and James Arness, Matt Dillon, single action revolver. Oh, wouldn't I love to have one of these? This is a card from the Have Gun Will Travel TV show, as well as his pistol holster. Looks like a little bit of living history going on here. So a chuck wagon, and there's a fella here that actually cooks for the public.
So he's cooking what is traditional brawn is. He's just ready to get supplies. I'm not doing that.
As we continue our walk around Cody, in front of the Buffalo Bill Center of the West, there's this statue I thought is pretty cool. And I have to say, doesn't that guy right there look a lot like John Dutton? I don't know, just saying. That is kind of overwhelming. So much to see, and I have very little time to see it, but did the best I can. I hope you have enjoyed our trip to the Buffalo Bill Center of the West Museum here in Cody, Wyoming. If you did, be sure to give me a big old thumbs up. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends. But until next time, y'all have a good day.